So here is our agenda. And I can see that the dates are not displayed correctly. Sorry, this must be a mistake. But anyway, we will have 1 hour session together. We will start with introductions. I will explain what is SoTecIn Factory project and what is the open call 2 that is open now until February the 6th. We will have a Q&A session about the general call. And then we will go a little bit deeper into the Northeast region's mission and challenges. And at the end, we will have another Q&A session. So it's approximately an hour that we will spend together. Thank you for coming again. And about the SoTecIn Factory, we always want to highlight that this is a project that is focusing on a more sustainable and resilient industry. So thank you for being with us and taking steps towards circularity and sustainability.
Даже Дэвид спросил
Sorry, I think I hear someone who is not muted.
Да,
Okay, yeah. So please just mute yourself if you can, unless you have any question. So SoTecIn Factory is a Horizon Europe project. So this is very important. We started the project 2 years ago, and we aim at connecting industry with society in a community of mission-oriented social innovators. We would like to support social entrepreneurs and increase the circularity of industrial product value chains, including the food, water, and nutrients mission that we are focusing here in this region especially. Here you can see who are involved in the big consortium that we have inside the project. So we have Inestec, F6H, Metabolic, EIT, Bivacon, and Impact Hubs. And Impact Hubs, as we Impact Hub Budapest, are supporting the project in scaling and promoting the open calls. And we were involved also in the earlier periods of the project where we figured out what missions to focus to and where we formulated our Impact Hub community around SoTecIn. If you have not seen yet, we have also a LinkedIn group for SoTecIn Factory, for example, that we recommend very much. We will drop the link in the chat. What do we do? So SoTecIn Factory, the project is focusing on improving the circularity of 4 key product value chains that we chose together with the SoTecIn communities. These are also defined by the EU Circular Economy Action Plan, so it's totally aligned with the EU goals. These regions are basically targeting whole Europe, but it's divided into smaller regions. And the 4 product value chains that we are focusing on is packaging, plastics, textiles, and our region is food, water, and nutrients. You can see that this is the most popular value chain to be focused to, because the Southwest, Southeast, and Turkey region is also focusing on this value chain. Moving forward, I wanted to mention that our key goals is basically to support the circular value chain for building a more resilient industry, and we would like to support a systemic change, and that is why we called on these missions. We are also aligned with the higher R strategies. I'm sure that all of you are aware. So the rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, refurbish, and remanufacture. These are in one of our main focuses in terms of the project. We are operating with a mission-based approach. What does it mean, mission-based approach? We basically, from early on of the project, we figured out 7 value chain-based missions together with the SoTecIn communities of each region. And basically, these communities formulated those regional missions that we now opened as open calls. So under these missions, you can submit your application. We have, under the missions, 21 mission-based challenges. So you can take missions as topics, and challenges are basically side topics or subtopics inside these challenges that you can choose from to apply and align your application with. We are focusing on social innovation. So we have civil society actors delivering circular solutions through systematically stewarded social ventures. And we have 2 open calls for them. So we are looking for basically all kinds of social innovators. Here you can see basically the timeline of our project. So just to make it clear, our first step was the selection of regional value chains. In our case, we chose the food, water, and nutrients sector. In the second step, we formulated our missions. I will talk about the region's missions later. In the third step, we identified the challenges. Under the missions, we worked with challenge owners. And in the fourth step, where we are now, we are basically opening the calls for social innovators. So we already had the first open call, which was really successful. And we had more than 120 applications, from which 25 applications were rewarded and got support. And this is the second open call with the same missions, with the same challenges. And we will choose now again 25 social innovators who will be supported by the project. And you can see the fifth step is basically the second part of the support program, where there will be an internal selection for those chosen 50 social innovators chosen in the first and the second open call. And both calls will have 15 innovators who will get an extra funding and will have the opportunity to go for pre-market demonstrations as well. So this is our timeline. So we, as I mentioned already, we have a very diverse community, including all the experts and all the innovators who are interested or have applied or would like to apply or are supporting the project in any way. So if you are interested, we highly recommend you to join us on LinkedIn. And let's go a little bit deeper into the open call 2, which is open now until the February 6th. So as I mentioned earlier, this open call is funded by the EU, and we are looking for social innovators, and we have 3.3 million euro program, which is supporting these kind of social innovations. So the award is basically 100K support per entity. And as I mentioned in the timeline phase, we have 2 phases. First phase, 50 or 25 social innovators. Second phase, 30 or 15 if you count the 2 open calls, which will get additional support. So our mission is basically what I mentioned, the industry change in the social ventures, the low carbon and circular economy transition, and we offer pre-market technological demonstrations as well. What are our benefits? It's highlighted here again. First, of course, the funding. Second is the demonstration and some expert guidance that we provide. And the third step is capacity building mentoring basically for social entrepreneurs, and circular business support. So these are the offerings that we make. Here you can see the timeline of the second open call. So we opened the call on the 1st of December, 2023, and the application period is open until the 6th of February. Of course, the deadline is closed. So if you haven't started your application yet and you're planning, then we highly recommend to dive deep in the application form on the FA6 website. We will drop in the chat the link where you can directly apply and get all the information about the second open call. But just to move forward, after the 6th of February, after the deadline is finished, then we will have a 2-month period to evaluate and select the next 25 innovators in the program. And the first phase of the program will take place from April to October. The second phase is expected to start in November, and hopefully the program will close next year in May. So it's quite a long program, as you can see. So who can apply? This is a question that is raised quite often in the questions that we get. And in terms of that, we are very flexible. So the call is accepting all kinds of social innovators. It can be a member of civil society, or it can be entities legally established and resident in the EU or Horizon Europe. But basically, other than these, you are all entitled to apply. So even if you are a university, even if you are a company, even if you are a solo entrepreneur or a civil society organization, you are entitled to apply. And this is another question that we get often. Which target value change are you or can you apply? Many people think that they can only apply to their region's missions. So in our case, the food, water, and nutrients, but it's not like that. So you can apply to all the challenges and all the missions. So if you will be interested about other challenges and missions than the food, water, nutrient sector in our region, you can just look at the website and see all the missions. We will also drop the link to the chat for your information to see what other missions and challenges we have. Just a little bit on the type of applications. So if you are already narrowing down and drafting your idea, you can choose from 3 kinds of applications to submit your application to. The first is the challenge or top-down approach. So in this case, if you choose this one, then you will choose a mission and of course under that one challenge. We have 23 challenges currently available, and you basically describe your solutions and build your solutions to answer that challenge. To see the details, you can check the guideline for applicants, which is listed here as well. And you can see it on the website too. The second type of application is the innovate or bottom-up approach. So this one is the opposite than the other one. Basically, this is an opportunity for those who have already a particular social innovation concept or solution, and they can adopt it to the industry players, but it does not fit a specific challenge. So in this case, you are entitled to choose your own challenge that you want to address. Of course, it should be still related to the missions. And there is the third option, which is the 2-in-1. So it's also called the Innovator with Challenge Proponent or Consortium. In this part, the participation track led by a consortium. So this means that the applicant will apply together with their own value change challenge proponent. So they could propose a joint solution that follows a specific market need, for example. So this is something that you can also consider. How to apply to the open call. First of all, you should present us your challenge based on the challenges that we provided under the missions. Basically, you can select your real-life challenges also based on the project, or you can be you can choose the third option, which is the consortium side. Technically, you have to submit your proposal at the F6S platform that I mentioned already. If you go to the SoTecIn website under Open Call 2, you will find exactly the steps how to do it, and you will see the platform as well. And sorry, the deadline is somehow not updated here. So our deadline is the 6th of February 2024, 6 in the evening, Central European time. This is again a highlight. Just if you are unsure yet, just look at the missions, just look at the challenges that we listed, and it might give you the idea or the solution that you want to apply with. Yes, this slide is also something to help you decide whether you are eligible. So basically, I would reinforce again that all companies based on different regions can apply. So this means if you are based in the Northeast regions here, for example, in Hungary, you are in the meantime entitled to apply to any other regions' challenges. One important thing is that you have to have a legal entity and you have to have a valid VAT. So if you are, for example, opening your business, then you should do so before applying. So this is very important. At last, at the time of the contracting phase, you should have a valid VAT, because that's how the SoTecIn factory can be contracted with you. And the last thing, that you have to have either the valid VAT or the company registrations number at the time of the contracting phase. So this is very important. If you just look at this slide, you can see how you can prepare your application. First of all, I really recommend to access the SoTecIn factory open call page, where you will get additional information about the whole program and the call. And we highly recommend also for you to read the guideline for applicants. That is really your main source when applying. Please also check if you and your company is eligible, and please also choose a type of application before starting to elaborate your process. So these are the ones that I mentioned, the 3 types of application, either challenge or innovation or the 2-in-1 concept, and then just fill out the template. Very important detail, that only the field template attached, so the applications with the field template attached will be evaluated. So this is important that you fill in the whole template. Yes, here you can see again the deadline and how you can apply. And one more thing that is general and is very important to mention. One organization, only one application. We get this also as a quite usual question. So if you apply with your organization once, you cannot apply again. But if you applied in the first call, and you were unsuccessful and you want to still develop your proposal and try again, we highly recommend to do so. So it doesn't mean if you were part of the first open call that you and you were unsuccessful that you cannot apply. On the contrary, so we would encourage you to try again in the second call, but in the second call, only one application per organization. Yes. And I think with this, before going into the second part, I would like to ask you if you have any questions generally about the call, because after that we will go in the food, water and nutrients sector specifically. So if you have any questions, please either write it in the chat or ask. Yeah, we got a question. If I already have my company info in F6S, should I make new application anyway? Yeah, the template will guide you through, but basically because this is a second open call, probably you have to insert it again. Thank you for the question. Any other question for the general call? And don't forget to look at the links that we dropped in the messages. Another question? Yes. So from start, everything according to your needs. I think I don't understand the question completely. Can you elaborate? We have to use the certain application for this. Any info beforehand is not usable. So I think you are asking, if I understand correctly, you're asking if you can use a certain application that you use already that is not usable, and I think it's usable. So if you are referring to that you applied in the first call, then of course everything that you submitted is usable, but you have to put it in the template again for the second call because this is a new application phase basically. So if you have it saved somewhere, then of course you can use it and develop it. Yeah, sure, you're welcome. Okay. Any other questions? If not, we will move forward and there will be another section at the end of the regional part where you can still ask your questions. So now let's dive into the Northeast region's mission, which is the food, water, and nutrient sector. So basically, when we identified in the first year of the project that this is going to be the value chain that Northeast Europe is choosing, was based on multiple research and discussions with the community. So just to mention some of them, of course, one of them is the strategic importance of the agri-food sector for the European Union that was playing a role. And of course, we see that the World Bank is also considering this topic as one of the crucial important sectors in the world, and it's especially related to the region. As well as inside the community of SoTecIn, there were many different organizations who were engaged in the research phase of the project and supporting the project with their insights. You can see some of them here listed. And based on the discussions with them, we also felt that this will be the sector for this region that we are aiming for. Here you can see our mission displayed. So this is the mission for the whole region. I will just read it out loud for you. Build more resilient regional food systems by improving farmers' access to resources and fostering closer connections between farmers and consumers, to reduce the distance between production and consumption, to facilitate the production of quality food, and to inspire more sustainable localized consumption and production. So this was the mission that was formulated with our amazing SoTecIn community in the year first. And under this, we have 3 specific challenges that we are going to look now. But first of all, I wanted to mention that we have also challenge owners that we selected and who applied in the SoTecIn first phase. So basically, we formulated all the challenges with their help, and you can see all of their challenges listed on the website. So let's look at our first challenge in the region. This is developing an online measurement tool, quality assurance system to help rate, compare online food marketplaces, tools, and applications. The challenge owner of this challenge is Posi Network ZRT. And basically, you can see the details of the challenge here. So just to sum it up, we can say that this challenge is aiming to connect the small producers with consumers, because sometimes there is missing a reliable classification system for these food producer marketplaces. So what we are looking for is a solution that analyzes and prioritizes the available public data in the food tech market, and not only in financial terms, but also in terms of quality and impact. And we are also looking for a solution that can integrate other systems or focus on an automated data reporting or monitoring system, or an AI chat mega system that polls consumers. So these are just examples, but I recommend, if this is interesting for you, just look into this challenge a little bit more. And you can choose this challenge, for example, as your challenge to find a solution for. The second challenge is about developing tools to improve and increase farmers' online visibility to potential customers. Here, our challenge owner is Fazékba, combined with the challenge owner association of Élő-Tisza. And the summary of this challenge is basically the farm to fork concept, so that farmers are not connected to the consumers. And that's why we are looking for technological solutions to innovate some communication channels to allow farmers to connect with their customers and sell their products online. And this is also a goal to build a little bit more trust between consumers and farmers. So what are we looking for? We are looking for a solution that enables farmers to create standardized profiles and visualizes them in a way that is appealing to and customers collective marketplace, for example. And this can include marketing tips for farmers, and it can also offer farmers the possibilities to sell their products online or to find information about sales points of each farmer. And the solution can have the ability also to directly deliver products to consumers. Of course, environmentally friendly approaches are desired, but this is something that we are looking for in all of our challenges. You can see here our third and last challenges for the region. It is to develop a solution that supports the pre-ordering and sale of seasonal products in close surroundings. The challenge owner here is Association of Ilotisa, and here you can see the challenge summary. So basically, in this challenge, we are acknowledging the problem that farmers have a big challenge to sell their seasonal products efficiently in their close surroundings, namely at the right time, at the right place, and with the required quantity. And this not only reduces food waste, but it also more environmentally friendly. We are here looking for new technological and also IT solutions that allow us to achieve and serve short supply chains, combining a wide range of products, while minimalizing, of course, the logistical and human costs. So here, what we are looking for is a solution that manages the pre-orders of seasonal products online via a web store and efficiently coordinates the production, logistics, and distribution of these seasonal products, and a solution that includes a marketing campaign to raise customer awareness of buying seasonal products locally and ordering them online in advance. So this is the third challenge that are connected to this region. And here you can see again what is the deadline for the application. So if any of the above challenges are interesting for you, or you would like to learn more, we highly recommend to look at them on the website. We will drop here again in the chat the link for the region's missions, where you can see the details of these challenges. And if you plan to apply, then you can do so until the 6th of February, 6 in the evening, Central European time. If you have still other questions that are raised, then you can register to other regional mission info sessions. We will also drop it in the chat. There are other regional mission info sessions that are dealing with different topics. I think most of the info sessions are already closed, but in our YouTube channel, you will always find the recording. Just for your information, we will also drop here the link of the general info session where you can learn more about the project. And remember that if you want to submit your application, then you can do so at F6S platform. And some more information that might be relevant for you if you plan to apply. We have terms and conditions on the project website. So we recommend to look at that too. And if you have further questions, you can write to us at this email address. It directly goes to F6S, who are the evaluators of the applications. So they will answer your all your questions and queries. So please do not hesitate to reach out. And you can also ask questions directly at the F6S discussion panel. Here is the link for that. Basically, you can find already a lot of questions. If you don't find your questions, just ask it, and they will answer you directly from the evaluator's side. And here you can see the other regional mission info sessions that I mentioned. So you can see that ours is one of the last, but you can see all of these in our YouTube channel if you're interested in other missions. And here there is just a summary for you to see where you can connect to us. So we are present on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we also have a dedicated email address other than the F6S one. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter. But the main thing that I would really recommend if you want to apply is to look at our website and the Q&A sections, because you will find a lot of useful information there. So basically that's it from the region side and the missions. So now I would like to open the second phase of questions. Please, if you have any questions, do ask them either in the chat, or you can also directly ask and unmute yourself. I hope everything was clear, but also we are present, so if you have any questions, do reach out even after the info session at any channel that I mentioned. If no questions, then we would like to thank you again for coming and participating at this info session. We hope that we could give you some important and relevant information. And for those who would like to apply, we wish you the best luck. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day.